birds. For centuries, men have sought after their treasure, the lost city of gold known to most as the Loft. However, the location of this bird El Dorado has to this day remained about a mystery. But due to a few significant discoveries and scientific advancements, we are now closer than ever to finding the legendary bird which is forgotten to time. On tonight's Poppy Parkway. We begin our story with two of the world's most renowned pigeon chuckers, Kenneth and Diane Plupp. Here they are, collecting flight pattern data.
$2.90.
It is their belief that by using an adaptive bootstrap aggregation method of supervised machine learning, they can predict a pigeon's flight patterns.
Here we go.
200.
200.
And with enough data, they can tell a computer
190.
to simulate traveling to the loft, and it will then do so.
220.
And 215.
And 215. That's a nice spread.
Men have known about pigeons' ability to find their way home from distant release points for many, many centuries. And in fact, it's been one of the intriguing problems that human beings have thought about down through the ages. We know some of the elements involved in the pigeon's navigation system, but we cannot put those elements together as yet in order to explain precisely how the bird does indeed find his way home from a distant location. What the birds appear to do is to behave very much the way a human being in the same situation might. Namely, that they put together information analogous to that we would get from a map with information analogous to what we would get from a compass. We know very little about that map, that small voice that tells the bird where he is and where home is. But we do know that the birds have compasses, of which one, the best known one, is based on the sun.
So, the pigeon uses its eyes to use the sun to navigate to the golden homeland, but will not make the journey in the presence of any human. A concerning fact that has, until recently, tormented Professor Edward Daffy.
Out the role of the eye, the role of vision, the best thing is to eliminate vision, but eliminating vision does not work in pigeons, because as soon as you cut out vision, then the bird does not fly anymore. So we reduce vision by inserting frosted contact lenses into the bird's eye and thereby reduce vision to an extent which I can show you. I have here some material from which we make these frosted contact lenses, and I will now place them over the lens of the camera and will give you an impression of how vision and recognition of the environment is reduced by these lenses.
Professor Daffy and his crack team of pigeon chasers set out to make history.
Boston approach. Now this is Twin Comanche 7546 Shank. Roger, 46 Shank. We're orbiting just south of Hanscom at 2,500 feet. We're going to be in the area for a while, following a homing pigeon. Over. RKPO 5, Twin Comanche 7546 Shank. You're now cleared to release the bird. Over.
Stand by for release of bird White 74.
Roger, KPO 5 release. We have the bird. He's moving northeast.
Roger.
The chase is afoot.
Shank, as far as we can tell, the bird is now sitting.
The pigeon set out across the Atlantic, following a gentle cold front. It appeared to be aware that it was being followed, and the trip was a complete failure.
That cold front will stop usually somewhere north of Bermuda here, and the birds will fly right through it onto Bermuda here, where they encounter an area of somewhat unsettled winds, but soon, just as the old shipmasters used to do, they pick up the trade winds in this area, winds coming from the east. And here, these winds bring them down to the Antilles with a favorable wind. Thus, this route appears to offer certain advantages for a small bird in terms of energy expenditure.
Okay, enough of that. Just when all seemed lost, Dr. Felix Goody uncovered a new field of research, avian linguistics.
What in the body, what sense organ could possibly be sensitive to such a very, very weak field? And currently, we have no idea at all. We don't even know where it is. We sort of assume that it's likely to be in the head, and that's where we put the coils. Suspect, as much as any other reason, it was a convenient place to attach coils. It might just as well be in the left hind toe, for all we know. But this really, you had to first have the demonstration that there was this sensitivity, and now, obviously, one of the next things to do is to look and find out where in the pigeon this sense organ is, and to try and understand how it works.
Dr. Goody believes that he can reason with the birds via satellite and computer telecommunications.
Prepared two small coils here. One of them fits around the bird's head like a collar, like its neck really, and this one is glued on the top of its head like a hat, so that they form a pair of coils. And we have attached to the coils a little battery in a holder here.
Here he is now, typing his request through his human-to-pigeon transcommunication mission. Dearest pigeon friend, I would be most grateful if you could tell me the location of your bird treasure. It is of the utmost importance to me, and I promise to tell no one else. Swayze's. Kiss hug. Love, Felix.
Okay, we're tracking. That look like a good one? Looks like it's from here. Got a good wing beat to it.
A response is being transmitted now.